Welcome to the Economy Magazine. I'm Binyamin. Tjong-Alvares with the economic report of the day. As we approach Israel's 67th birthday, we focus on two of the country's most important industries: innovations in the water and agrotech industries, and novelties from the high-tech sector. First, the headlines. ASEAN countries are due to become an integrated market by the end of this year, but concerns persist over the wealth gap between the Southeast Asian states. The 10-member Association of Southeast Asian Nations aims to eliminate non-tariff barriers and obstacles to labor flows in the region of 600 million people. According to 2013 data, the region has a combined gross domestic product of over $2.3 trillion, the seventh largest GDP in the world. But as trade obstacles are abolished, concerns remain about the integration of countries as diverse as wealthy Singapore and impoverished Myanmar.
I think the next stage of liberalization of tariffs on goods will bring in countries like Myanmar, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos. And these are also very low-wage countries. So they also stand to benefit very much if they can create a competitive environment to attract foreign manufacturing in.
Greek Finance Minister Yanis Varoufakis said he is confident a deal between Athens and its creditors will be reached. Greece in February agreed to have a comprehensive list of reforms ready by the end of April, but has so far failed to share any information with creditors. As Athens appears to be running out of money, the central bank on Monday ordered state entities to deposit money with the bank. Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras recently also sought a stronger alliance with Russia. Athens is in talks with Gazprom regarding a project to transit gas through Greece to Europe. But to resolve its financial concerns, Greece will have to reach an agreement with its creditors. And Eurogroup chief Jeroen Dijsselbloem still expects to reach a deal.
Je moet gewoon echt je verplichtingen voldoen.
You have to fulfill the obligations and you have to reach an agreement with the Eurozone. If you leave it, you will enter a very dangerous, unstable situation, and it is in the interest of Greece and the Eurozone as a whole to avoid that.
Workers in Chile created roadblocks in Santiago and on highways leading to key mines as they demanded labor reform. A labor reform bill was announced last year, but its implementation would be gradual to avoid weighing on economic recovery. Economists at Barclays forecast a modest rebound this year after Chile, the world's top copper exporter, was hit hard by the drop in the price of the commodity. And while Chileans have yet to feel the benefits of the upturn, local economists are wary of what the planned labor and tax reforms will bring.
We are effectively paralyzed, not only because of workers' rights, which are being trampled on because of all the time that's passed, as they fight for better working conditions, but more than anything, we are mobilizing for labor reforms. Because we understand the government has been slow to listen to the workers and keep a labor code which always benefits the businessmen and not the workers.
Japan's Nikkei stock average closed above 20,000 on Wednesday for the first time since 2000, lifted by international exporters. The Nikkei average of 225 stocks closed up 1.1% to 20,133.90. Makers of snack foods and household appliances helped lift the Tokyo market on expectations for a recovery in consumer demand. Big companies decided to raise wages this spring, and a boom in tourism by other Asians also helped push the market. But many investors remain cautious as external demand remains weak amid slow global growth. The introduction of Israel's drip irrigation technology to the world revolutionized agriculture forever. But as the technology continues to evolve and adapt itself to an increasingly digital world, many more opportunities lie ahead.
Drip irrigation, a process of low-intensity watering of crops, turns 50 this month. In April 1965, agronomist Simcha Blas invented the process in a kibbutz in the Negev desert in southern Israel in order to achieve two goals: save water and increase productivity. Here in one of the research and development centers of irrigation firm Netafim, chief agronomist Dubi Raz explained some background.
So it started in Hatzerim in 1965, and today we are all over the world. We manufacture in more than 17 places, and we work in more than 110 countries. Today is a global company with 4,000 employees around the world, and it looks good.
Raz is not shy about his satisfaction, and with good reason. The market for smart irrigation could reach $8 billion by 2020. This would be an increase of over 150% in 5 years. Netafim, which already holds a 30% market share, has been looking ahead past drip irrigation toward new machinery and processes.
So it's increase the food per unit of area, increase the yield. It make a fully mechanized solution because the next generation would not like to work very hard. So it would be shied by a smartphone. It should be work in a different way.
Netafim has been creating various new solutions that have found their way around the world. For example, these strawberry bins are suspended to make cultivation easier. In this canopy made for northern countries like Holland or Russia, tomato bins are suspended in a way that increases productivity by 200%. The future of drip today is primarily in Asia and Africa. Rice, which is usually grown in shallow water, can also be cultivated through drip processes. This represents a revolution that is upsetting old traditions.
It takes time. There's a lot of perception. You need to change. After 5,000 years of growing with flood irrigation, to move people into drip on rice is difficult, but we have very good results. And we are sure that the yields that we can get now, 10, 11 tons per hectare, it will go. And again, here we talk about, instead of people planting by hand, we talk about seeding machine.
Netafim wants to work with small farmers throughout Africa and Asia, so they are working on inexpensive solutions that can adapt to difficult terrain.
We have a solar panel. Then we have the pump. The pump takes the water from this tank over here, pull it up on the hill. And from the hill, we irrigate by gravity. In places where you don't have electricity, you don't have power sources, so the solar is really the next solution.
It's a solution with a price tag of $200 each, which is cheap, but projects like this must be supported by governments and non-governmental organizations. With growing opportunities and new technologies, Netafim is on a growth trajectory. In 2014, its revenues reached $774 million, and they aim for $1 billion in 2020.
Dan Meiri, the general manager of Agrotech, one of the world's most important exhibitions in the field of agricultural technologies, joins us now to give us more insight on Israel's blossoming agrotech industry. Mr. Meiri, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
So, Israel is a pioneer in the agrotech industry. What makes Israel's experience so unique?
What I'm saying is that the necessity is mother of innovations.
Okay.
And the necessity in Israel is on everything regarding agriculture. We have no water. Our climate is diversified from north to the desert. We have no manpower. And the land that we can cultivate is very small relatively to the size of the country, because about 60% of the country is really desert. So and also we can mention in this regard the security problems.
Right.
Putting all them together, it explains how it comes that after so young agriculture of about 100 years, we became a superpower in the field of agriculture.
Help me explain here. Essentially, the drip irrigation was akin to the invention of the wheel, isn't it? It was a tremendous innovation.
Tremendous. We can only now understand how big the revolution was, because using before of the flood irrigation or even sprinklers, you are wasting water, and water is one of our
most precious
resources.
Commodities.
Yes, and suddenly we realize that we are not only saving water, but the yield is much bigger.
Right, and this is something obviously that is really, really important for Israel
of course.
In a situation, but it has been exported and has made changes in agriculture around the world.
Of course.
Now, okay, how would you explain, how could Israel become a game changer, especially considering the situation that it faced at the time?
I think it's a combination of several reasons. First of all, the innovation itself. It makes it easy to sell.
Yes.
But what is not less important than this is the character of the Israeli farmers. The character of the Israeli farmers, that they are looking on the eye to eye, shaking hands with the farmers, not just going with the ties at the office and leaving the farmer with the innovation.
They're workers, they're in the field.
The workers in the field, they feel that they have partners, not just someone who wants to sell them, but also partners.
Now, Israel, of course, has gone well beyond drip irrigation that was essentially brought into the market several decades ago. There's been a lot of innovation. What would you say are Israel's main achievements, and where is it going from here?
I think that, of course, we have to offer the technology, the transfer of the technology, but in some fields we are achieving the world raised, like in milking cows.
Right, which is also a big
yes, of course, the result of each cow in Israel, the yield per cow is the highest in the world.
Right.
It's also a result of the spirit of the Israeli farmers. We don't have a time to explain how it works. In the past, I was trying to sell this system to other countries, but once you have to share your secrets, your information with others, then they say, up to here, please don't push us. And in Israel, we are lucky that our farmers are sharing the information, are cooperating with each other. The marketing system is unique. So we have many reasons how it happened.
There's obviously also a lot of support from the fact that Israel is very big in high tech, essentially, right? I mean, a lot of the smart solutions, so to speak, also stem from the fact that there's a lot of people with a background in high tech.
Yes, now, last years, the innovations in agriculture are turning to the IT. Right. To the smartphones and all this. It helps them to be now in the United States and to see what's going in the farm and to give orders.
Right. Well, Mr. Dan Meiri, thank you so very much for joining us. Of course, Agrotech takes place once every 3 years, if not mistaken, so we hope to have you here again before then.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And we move on now to look at innovations from another Israeli sector with Channel 2 correspondent Noah Oron in Startup Nation. Hi, Ms. Aron.
All right, so I have two really interesting companies for you today. The first one is Traveler's Box. I don't know how often do you travel, but we all get stuck with these
not enough,
right? But we all have the same problem when we travel, right? You get stuck with these coins, small change. You don't know what to do with it. You're probably not going to use it at home.
You can't change them.
Yeah, exactly. So this company started this really cool machine. So these machines are big yellow boxes, big yellow machines that are already located in airports in Italy, in Georgia, and in Turkey. What you do is you use them just like vending machines. You can just put the coins in them, and then you can send that money to wherever you would like. You can send it to your bank account, to your PayPal account, even donate it to charity, and then you can simply get rid of that money and turn it into money that you can actually use or someone else can use it. It's a very cool idea, and they're probably going to expand into more airports soon. They've already raised $4 million in their first seed round. This company was created by 3 Israelis about 3 years ago, and according to them, about 300,000 people have already used this very cool service. You can see it's very easy. You just put the money in there, and you can send it to wherever you would like. The only catch is that there is commission here.
There is commission.
Yes, it's not that high, but there is commission. I had to say that. They have to make money somehow.
Obviously.
So the second company that I have for you is called Switch, or how I like to call it, the Tinder for jobs.
Tinder for jobs.
Yeah,
okay.
It's very easy. You know, usually job seeking is not a fun thing to do.
Not a fun thing. Not an easy
never
thing
enjoy
either.
it. Yeah. So what they do is there are two sides to this. The first side is the job seekers. You can just upload your professional profile, and then every day you get a list of jobs, and you can just swipe and say what you like, what you don't like. On the other end, we have the employers. They upload the jobs they're looking for, and every day they get a list of job seekers, and they can swipe if they like them or they
job
don't
seekers,
like them.
It means that you basically put in your resume. It's kind of like a LinkedIn type idea.
Something like that. Then you can just, I mean, after that you get the list every day. You can swipe if you want that job or not. And once there's a match, once the job seekers and the employers are saying yes to one another, the app immediately matches them, and they can just chat immediately through the app or by email. However they
greatly
like
facilitating the process of you getting to the employer, or the employer getting to you, for that matter.
Yeah, and it makes it more fun. It makes it easier. It makes it more fun. These guys are currently only working in the U.S. and in Canada. They recently started working in England as well, and we're soon going to see them expand into Europe. It's an Israeli company that's located in New York. That's why they're currently working in the U.S.
Of course.
They've already raised $2 million in their first seed round, and we're probably going to see them expand in in Euro very, very soon.
It'll be very interesting to see if LinkedIn follows a similar type of app to sort of, cash in, so to speak, on what they already have, because they have the infrastructure there.
Yeah, and this is, this is just a different, a competition, a different kind of competition. We'll see what happens with them next.
So that's Switch, huh?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see when they make it to the rest of Europe, to continental Europe. But I guess you'll maybe be here with us to let us know.
Yeah, definitely. I'll keep you posted.
No, Alon, thank you so very much for joining us.
Thank you
That
very
is
much.
the end of our economy show for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Binyamin Tjong-Alvares. We will be here again next week with more on the economy. Thank you very much.